A lot of people were very disappointed with the rebalancing of Railgun in Helldivers 2, and only a handful of people were able to notice that the only nerf was putting the Railgun on safe mode. Most people didn't realize that it's still viable, most especially players who were used in unsafe mode using the Railgun. Internal counting has been the oldest strategy speedrunners and casual gamers do to get the accuracy of a certain animation or timing. In this video, I'll be showing you the sweet spot for dealing maximum damage. Before I get into the details, let me just say that this is what works for me and is in no way forcing players to do as is. The sweet spot for maximum damage plays on 2.5 seconds up to 2.7 seconds. The threshold for explosion is 2.9 seconds, which is 20 milliseconds apart. Aside from internal counting, the best advice I can give is practice. Practice the timing. Once it's second nature, you will not need to count anymore. Once you're able to do 2 hits with chargers and 1 to 2 hits with bile titans, you can say that you're doing it accurately. The only downside with this specific rebalancing is you cannot spam the shots anymore, and you must make sure you're hitting the second shot at the same spot. My go-to loadout is Orbital Rail Cannon Strike and Orbital Laser. You can replace Orbital Rail Cannon Strike with Eagle Airstrike or 500 kg bomb, and the other 2 slots for Railgun and supply pack for ammunition. Since you cannot spam Railgun anymore, it's best to check what primary and stratagem that will work for you. What I can say is, if you fail to obliterate your target with 2 to 3 shots, and depending on the situation, at least you have a backup weapon and stratagem. What I usually use for primary is still the breaker, since I'm using a supply pack. I barely feel the rebalance they did with the weapon, since it's very likely that it will be a close range fight for Terminids, making the breaker still viable for this faction. For automatons, I usually bring Scorcher, since most of the time it's gonna be medium to long range fights. Another worth mentioning is the Breaker Incendiary, which can clear hunters and other small Terminids in quick succession. Cutting Edge Warbond will launch on March 14 and will have access to new weaponry. There could be another meta, and it might revamp some loadouts once more. However, I want you all to keep in mind that the purpose of this game is to be both entertaining and difficult. Also, this is the first of many videos that I'll make to provide help to the community. This is Papa Rodeo. You can also watch me live on Twitch. See you there, much love, and keep safe.